Billy, we did a poll the other day. It looks like for Jalen Brunson's nickname, Vosh might not like this. The Brunson Burner is going to win the nickname for us to call him that.
Okay, that doesn't even make sense.
Brunson Burner. I don't know. That's what the fans. We put it out there. The fans voted.
He's not like going on fire and doing all
that. Hold on now. Don't talk bad on him.
He should just be the number 2.
I mean,
that.
No, because he's like number 4.
Or he should be called Maverick's Derek Fisher. I'm just
okay.
saying.
That's fine. We can
shout out to somebody who stole my comparison. Back to you, Walt.
That's tough.
Join us in the studio right now. I mean, I didn't know we were going to do some player hating before we got to the guest in the studio tonight. But join us in the studio is a very special guest. Our guy, Barry Best Barbecue, bought us some barbecue for this gentleman. You know him. He was here for the Dallas Cowboys. He's a very important man. We love him. Quincy Carter, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
It's great to have you here.
Hey, thank you for having me, too.
It's a pleasure.
I'm a fan, too. I'm a fan of the show.
Look at that.
I'm a fan of the show.
Look at that. See, told you everybody like
it. We can quit now.
Well, hold on now. We got a lot more.
We got to get some checks cut around here.
We got a lot more to do. We got a lot more stuff to do.
At least give me a light bulb or something.
What the barbecue ain't okay? All right,
we get extension cord.
Yeah,
we get paid. We get paid to barbecue.
So, man, you're in town and you got some stuff going on. What is that? That's towards the. Now we understand you're doing some coaching these days.
I am. Yeah, I've got a group. About 5 or 6 quarterbacks here. Got the Waxahachie quarterback Roger Hartsfield that I work out. The young man at Lakeside Mansfield. Am I saying it right?
Okay,
Lakeside Mansfield.
Yeah.
Lakeside. He's gonna kill me for this. Wesley Smith, though.
Okay.
Up and coming junior. Both of those are juniors. B.J. Higgins out of Roosevelt.
Okay.
A young kid, T.J. Hobbs. I'm drawing a blank for real on his Christian school. But yeah, it's about 5 or 6 quarterbacks that I work out here with, their various receivers, man, getting some good work in.
There we go.
I see a lot of videos you doing some QB workshopping. How's that going?
Man, it's good, man. I honestly, I want to expose these kids as much as possible. Some of my younger guys, I don't think it's necessary per se. But, the guys that are on the brink of getting that scholarship and maybe not have those looks, maybe, some things that we put out to showcase their skills can help them out. So that's kind of what I'm all about. Sometimes we get a little fancy where we throw some music in behind it. But, I really want these college coaches to really take a look at these kids from their footwork to how they're dropping back to what, throws they're making, being up under the center, in the shotgun, play action, all the variety of throws, man. I want these college coaches, man, to get a good look at these guys because, I work out some talented guys in this area, also in Austin and Georgia and everywhere.
So, okay, so Quincy Carter joins us, Cowboys legend. Derek quarterback.
Make sure you throw that legend word in there.
Yeah, you got to put that in there.
Got to put that in.
Really?
So yes, you are legendary.
See,
you brought us out of the darkness.
Hold on, boss. I said this to him earlier, and he's like, he don't understand. I was like, you don't think you understand?
Yeah.
You either whether people like you or dislike you, they still care about what you're up to. Your name comes up a lot here in the DFW area.
Mind you that when that 03 season brought us out of the darkness. Because 3 straight 5-11 seasons had a lot of Cowboys fans just like, oh my god! I mean, it's
pretty dark.
You had the coach crying and cussing the media out. No, but what I was going to ask you, okay, so you're working with these high school guys.
Yeah.
Colleges, are they calling you? Are they coming to see these guys work out, or are they just going right to the player?
No, I'm staying out of it.
Okay.
And I want to stay out of it. Now, if someone does call me and want some opinions about some guys, then yeah, I'm gonna answer some questions. But yeah, I'm staying out of it, because I want the parents, the players to make this decision. When there's an opportunity for me to put something on social media, so these college coaches can really take a good look at these guys, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna prepare them the best way I can, the best way I know. Get them fundamentally sound, can make all the throws, whether it's, like I just said before, it's under the center, in the shotgun, I want to get these guys ready. So that's what I'm all about. You know, talking to these coaches, they're going to have to really hunt me down to do that. Yeah.
What is the biggest thing that all these young quarterbacks just have to work on? It's the number one thing that keeps popping up that you're like, we worked on it so much. What's the number one thing that these quarterbacks have to work on?
And it's really not anything on the field. It's their leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's their leadership and how they carry themselves, you know, how they go about approaching the game. Because one thing I know and understand best is your team is going to follow you no matter what, good or bad. They're going to follow you. And, you know, there's plenty of talented guys out here, man. And that's what separates the best of them. You know, how you can get your team and to win football games and how you can lead them and get them motivated throughout the season.
You're right, because, you know, like, we look at current Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. Yep. He has like a major in psychology and stuff, all that. He had that background, and now he comes in his rookie year, takes over the team, just falls for him. They said we're going to
your guys' job.
We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about that guy right now. Anyway.
Hey, and your guy lost his jersey number too. We'll get in that in a second.
You don't have to make me depressed today. Anyway, my point is that now they're all over Dak. You know, you're right. Leadership is the number one quality. I think a lot of quarterbacks in today's game, they don't understand, especially the pros. A lot of them would just think, oh, if I can just throw my way into a career. And again, you've been there in the locker room, you got to get your teammates on board first.
Exactly. And that's one of Dak's biggest attribute that I keep, praising and keep talking about, man. You know, his leadership is, we can talk about that dollar amount all we want to, but when Dak's not in that huddle, when Dak's not on that sideline, this team don't have the same demeanor. Yeah. And look at the last 3-4 years, So man, that's one of the qualities that I don't think he gets enough credit for. I know what he means to that team. I know what the equipment guys and the doctors and the trainers says about Dak Prescott, whose team that is.
So how do you go about teaching these young kids about that? How do you coach them on that?
Well, you've got to. How I tell them is it's got to be approached like that every day, and then once you keep continuously doing something every day, it just becomes habit.
Yep.
How you lead, how you go about your business, and your team will follow, and that's all over Dak right now. His team is following every trace of him. You haven't seen a player speak out about his contract. Yeah. Besides, I won't say the name. It's a couple years ago. I won't say it, but I won't get into that. But I ain't gonna.
Steve Jones just did in the draft. Steve Jones had me real hot tonight too.
I'm not gonna go there. But for the most part, let's say that. Now, what I was gonna say was gonna surprise you, but yeah, I'm a big Dak fan, so I remember every dart that was thrown his way. Yeah.
So do we.
But yeah, exactly.
Even certain people in the studio who tried to say they wanted Matt Stafford over Dak Prescott.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah, even though some people say that, and we forgive them for it,
But I get it.
I wonder if we should just play Quincy Billy's entire speech about trading. Should Matt Stafford's available?
The source is here.
I seen Dak's dad interview.
Yeah,
I seen that one.
Yeah.
And they was all over you.
Yeah. Well, for the record, because I'm a guy that likes to provide clarity in the room.
And you're the face of Cowboys Nation too.
Not at all. So here's the deal. It wasn't that I didn't like Dak Prescott. I did not want to get in a situation where we didn't have Dak and then we were going to be looking at playing one of these other guys. I was like, okay, well, listen, if we're not sure we're going to sign Dak, if y'all are hesitating because of injury, okay, Matt Stafford is out there. Okay, I don't care what people say about him. He hasn't won. We understand that, but he's playing on a very, very bad football team. We've all seen that. I just said, hey, if you can get him and bring him here, okay, you got yourself a quarterback, and he's not some scrub. So I was saying, if you're not sure about what you're going to do with Dak Prescott, then why not at least look at it? Why are people getting upset about looking at getting a quarterback to come in here? Ultimately, we got Dak. I don't have a problem with that. He's the leader of this football team. I'm ready to roll with him. But, I mean, I don't see what the problem is.
Because you tried to get rid of the brother man for the other man.
See.
You tried to get rid of the brother man for the other man.
Here he goes. You know what's funny? I was wearing a damn Tony Romo jersey in that interview, and you turned out to be the bad guy.
Turncoat.
That's fine.
This guy here switch sides on you in a minute. Watch this guy, QC.
Don't do that. I have a question for you later. You're a quarterback, so I'll ask you later.
Get it in writing.
I think you were about to say.
Well, no, I was going to ask, and I'm going to go away from football real quick, because we just watched one of the most unprecedented baseball plays in the last 5 or 10 years. So switching gears real quick, Quincy Carter joins us right here on Dallas On Air. My question, because you're a baseball guy too at Georgia. Mm-hmm. What made you go from either baseball? What was the decision? What was the decision like from going from baseball to, hey, I can go to the NFL and possibly play for America's team? What did it like? How did you weigh that into your, I guess, decision to play football over baseball?
Well, I kind of watched I got the best example in front of me growing up. My daughter's messing with me right now, but I got the best example right in front of my eyes with Deion Sanders. Mm-hmm. Growing up in Atlanta, so I was able to see him, try to juggle baseball and football. And so when I got drafted out of high school, I said, something. If I make this move, I'm gonna go, full speed with just baseball, because I knew I couldn't be a quarterback and try to lead a team,
right,
and then leave, midway through a season,
right,
or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I knew that couldn't happen. I had to prepare for a season, so I went to baseball for a couple years just to, see if was my sport. That's what I wanted to do, and a couple things happened. That everyday grind of baseball just. Yeah. It wasn't me. Having a strain growing and you still out there practicing and batting practice, and that
every
game
day.
every day.
You telling me
wasn't me
that, and then you looked at football and said,
I guess I'll do it.
I was missing it too.
Right. Yeah.
And I believed in myself. I really did. I still thought that I could, sling it around a little bit, and so I started preparing. Up in Rockford, playing single A baseball. I was, out on the field practicing in the morning, 7:30 in the morning. I hired a trainer, Eric Johnson, came up with me to Rockford, Illinois. So we were going over the playbook, the Georgia playbook, and working out weights and everything else. I take another nap, and then I go to the park around about 1 o'clock. So that was my schedule for the whole summer before football. So I was preparing for it. But I tried to give baseball a shot, but that everyday grind just wasn't it.
Well, as Cowboys fans, we're glad that you picked football.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Let me ask you, when you got drafted, because I was looking and doing some research today. What's interesting? So, as you know, back in was 01, right?
Yeah.
The Cowboys didn't have a first-round pick because they decided to go for Joey Galloway. They traded away the first-round pick. So there was a decision made about Aikman just retired, and Jerry was really desperate to go. I need a quarterback. Jerry's and a lot of people apparently in the media thought he overreached for you, but he said he was confident. He wanted you to be the guy, and it took a little bit. But when you got drafted by the Cowboys, what was the feeling like knowing that you were going to America's team?
Yeah, it was actually spoiled a little bit because my agent, rest in peace, Eugene Parker, him and Jerry Jones were real good friends.
Right.
So I knew around Thursday before the draft that I was going to get drafted by the Cowboys.
Oh, wow.
It was just a matter of who they thought wanted me before they were going to get that pick. So that's why they kept trading down. And then finally, the Raiders were one of the teams that interviewed me a whole lot during the draft process. And so they were going to get me. But so it was kind of, it's kind of spoiled a little bit, but hell, we're talking about America's team. You get to fly out the next day, smiling from ear to ear.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of, and being, you were the first round pick because they didn't have a first round pick. So imagine you're getting all the publicity everywhere, the whole Dallas, and especially back in 2001, Dallas media, they're coming. You're supposed to be, I guess, Aikman's heir.
Yeah.
And they're all over there. So how was that like, just dealing with that?
Man, honestly, this gonna hurt some Dallas fans, man. I keep reminiscing on this. And this is how I was feeling though. Like I had such a chip on my shoulder because everybody said I couldn't play. You know what I mean? Because I broke my thumb. I only played 5-6 games my junior year. I mean, my stats were the most ridiculous stats to be a second round pick,
Right.
but I knew who I was.
Right.
I just had, a broke thumb and a few, crazy games. That South Carolina throwing 5 picks. Charlie Strong ran the first 3-5-3
I was just about to bring
I
it up,
ever
but you brought
seen.
it up. Let's do it.
Yeah, so I'm still seeing ghosts on the field. I threw an interception at every position: DN, linebacker, cornerback, safety. No, for real.
Yeah.
And so,
Trainer probably got in there.
Yeah, so I had such a chip on my shoulder, man. I was like, okay, this is the Cowboys. Let's go do it. No matter what. You know what I mean? And all respect to the Cowboys, because I know what Cowboys Nation really means now.
Yeah.
But man, I was ready to do it. You know what I mean? No matter what. Like, who came? And it wasn't even Dallas saying I couldn't play. Sitting there listening to Mel Kiper. You know what I mean? I was like,
Who the hell is Mel Kiper?
Oh, God, what a
That's
ball
our
guard.
guy.
I
Who the
said,
hell is Mel
whoa,
Kiper?
I just got that bad, that quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was a little disturbed about it. And I knew I could play. It's just, a matter of me getting opportunity.
So when you first got in there, I know the Cowboys had a carousel of other quarterbacks in and out. I know Ryan Leaf came in there at one point. Maybe Testaverde.
Yeah.
So when you're dealing with all these, I know it wasn't until like 2003 that they established you as the firm starter. But for those first 2 years, was it like disappointing for you to compete with everybody? You were a second round pick, for God's sake.
It was. And I got to be honest, man. Jerry knew I had a weed problem. You know what I mean? So if
Jerry
your
knows everything.
Yes. So your few quarterbacks, up and down. I mean, I showed some promise after the 2001 season. Wasn't nobody beating me out. Let's be honest, and we won't go too far into it. I want to stay humble too.
We go.
But I stopped myself.
Yeah.
And Jerry knew. Jerry knew I was having a problem with stopping. Eventually, that went down a whole nother bad road, but still, you know what I mean? And we talking about America's team.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it was disappointing. I couldn't fully get my reps. At one point, we discussed it on the sideline. I got benched the next game. That was, remember the Arizona game? I throw 4 picks, and I'm, having a conversation with the owner of the Cowboys, like, bruh, nah, there's some things you need to work on. And that was true.
Right.
And when I was able to show, no, serious. And when I was able to show some consistency in my life, then things went okay. I didn't have a great season in 2003, but it was
It was solid, man.
solid. Sure. Yeah, we went to the playoffs. But hey, you got to do things right around here in America, and that's why I'm such a big Dak fan. The way he's handling this, I know what them shoes feel like, man. I know what it feels like to walk around this city and to be the man. You can't go to the grocery store. I never forget I had to stop going to Kroger right here in Los Colinas.
Yeah.
There wasn't no more Kroger no more.
Can't
You know
get
what I
in
mean?
there.
No,
Right.
it wasn't. That 2002 season to 2003 season, that wasn't even like, it's like I went from Mars, from Earth to Mars or something. That was just totally different. So imagine what he's feeling with $40 million in his pocket every year.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we're gonna get back into this because I got 2 questions.